explain this one to you. There have been arguments about this, debates, discussions. People say it doesn't work. People say it does. People say it could be fun. People say you have to give it a try. Well, welcome to Arch of Janus. To the right-hand side, the south right-hand side, our red Protoss player is Classic. He's going up against the blue Terran player to the top side of the spawning locations. It's Root Gaming's Kelazhur. Crazy map is called by both, as they set up with their gold base mains, which they have to, well, originally you had to mine these out to be able to make it through to the blue bases in the back. But because Terrans can mule and mine out faster, they added some rocks you can kill as well as an alternative. So, before you can get up here and actually explore like 2/3 of the map, these bases, the main natural inferred's kind of standard up here, even the 4th base, you have to start in the gold base, and you have to take your natural down here, and you can run around here, up into the main of your opponent. So this is yeah, Arch of Janus, and this is a map by Inek, which is the creator of Dasan Station. And I would like to say that I didn't make these guys play this map. This map was just in the map pool. Neither of them vetoed it. They vetoed the other ones. And so, let's see what happens. 5 racks proxy is the play from Kelazhur right here. Oh no, Classic's going to throw down the Nexus. He's actually going to try and expand. Classic, buddy, I don't think you realise this map is Arch of Janus. You're not meant to expand here. You're not meant to expand here. Okay, he sees just the Marine coming out. Oh man, he doesn't see anything else though. All these barracks hidden along the left-hand side. Looking to see what he can set up into. Classic, is he going to be able to defend? Mothership Core is on the way out. Building a Stargate? I mean, extra gateways is what you really need. Extra gateways are a way to fight this. There's going to be so many Marines collecting together from Kelazhur. Oh, man. Well, Arch of Janus, I think, so far is going exactly as we expected to. Going exactly as you expected to. More Marines on the way out, going to be joining up in the natural shortly. A probe coming over. The probe doesn't see it again. He's going to come across with the Mothership Core. No! Classic, you don't realize what you're doing, mate. Oh god, look at all those Marines! Classic, run! Classic, I think you need to get out of there, man. I think there's a reason there's so many Marines on one base. I think you don't have an answer to it at the moment. He starts an Oracle. If you can get enough gateway units up to tank for the Oracle, and then sort of get the Oracle to do something, it's possible it's okay. He's actually going to use the Adept and he's actually going to push through here. So he's going to try and use the Mothership Core offensively rather than defensively in this situation, which is a little bit crazy. A little bit crazy. Marine's going to make their way through the Nexus. Mothership Core's already killed one pile. Another Marine going to go down here as well. As Marines now going up in towards the main base. The Oracle's going to pop, but what's it going to do? It's going to die almost instantly. Probes are being pulled in and Adept in the back. Man, the Oracle just really did nothing here. And, well, Classic played the wrong style on Arch of Janus. I have to say, I say that he's still got 2 Adepts alive, poking around and trying to get a bit more damage done, but he didn't shade backwards then. It costs him. Another Oracle on the way out. 15 to 14 workers, though. It's not over just yet. It's not over just yet. If this pylon goes down, then maybe. Adept here, with probes and an Oracle, I think he can clean this up. A new Mothership Core as well. He will clean up this wave of Marines. The problem is, does he clean up follow-up waves of Marines? He still actually has the second Nexus on the low ground. Gonna be seeing another pylon coming down as well. And right now, Classic is looking as though he might have a somewhat chance to hold. The Oracle is trying to get across his opponent's main base. It's going to have to come back in now. Mothership Core, though. Mothership Core is just going to go down. Well, I mean, the Mothership Core goes down, and then the Oracle runs out of energy. Another Oracle's on the way, but he's got a little bit of time to buy until he's going to be ready to actually use it here. Nice little bit of micro, and he does have the Stalker out now as well, which micro is a little bit better than the Adept against those Marines. The Oracle want to pull back and get energy again. I mean, what's the resources lost right now? 2,200 to 1,600. Main base. About to mine out, by the way, some of the mineral patches here to allow the movement through as Classic pops the Oracle Pulsar Beam again. Oh, he left it just a little bit too long, but he actually is able to get the Oracle away. Another Oracle here has an Adept warping in. What on earth is even happening, though? Like, how does this even end up going? Classic doesn't know when to fight and when not to, it seems as well. Like, he just can't make up his mind. Marines are still pushing forwards. Another ship core being chrono boosted again. Probes will continue to drop though. Classic trying to keep alive what he can, as he will come back in and fight this once more. New mothership core could change something right now as the Oracles... Oh, they try and fly in, but they get sniped instantly. One of them at least. I think Classic is going to be out in game number 1 of this. Mothership core comes down and another overcharge. This was pretty crazy. GG. And Kelazhur will be the one that doesn't try to expand on Jen. We had to try and see it. Anyways. Welcome, guy, to game number 2 of Classic vs. Kelazhur. I'm going to kick it off to the bottom left-hand side of our Blue Protoss player, Classic. El Clasico, as we have to the top right, Kelazhur from Root Gaming. Von Schleer with the cheer 500 in the chat. What's up, my man? Saying I'm too hungover to even think about that map. Now my brain hurts. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Gonna try and get Arch of Janus played a second time today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. It doesn't get vetoed. Anyways, pretty fun game as we do see the barracks going down to the left-hand side. You know what? I've always liked Classic as a player, but I've never been a fan of him until I saw him not vetoing Arch of Janus, and then his response was crazy map. What a hero. What a hero. Alright, guys. And then the fact he goes and just 1 gate expands like nothing matters. What a hero. Anyways, guys, it's game number 2. Kelazhur and Classic here as you set up into this. I'm going to see this probe moving in. And looking to see what's going to happen in the early stages. So, obviously he sees a lack of a barracks, right? And it is the barracks proxy here from Kelazhur to start us off. The factory will build most likely at home. The reason for that being you need something at home against an Oracle or so flying over, or any sort of counterattack. And the Cyclone does that job very well. And then you can still proxy the starport somewhere out on the map, which obviously then allows you to still be somewhat aggressive if you would like to be. So that's sort of what we're looking towards here in the early stages. Some Reaper pressure into that factory at home, and then potentially, I was going to say maybe the starport on the map, but actually Kelazhur is pulling back. Classic's response right now is just to stay on 1 base, takes the double gas, doesn't try to expand early. I'm just going to be seeing this Reaper just going to grenade and just do a little bit more damage. So, just going to be seeing some damage being done, and again, just going to be seeing this Reaper just, again, poking and prodding around. Adept pops out, and Adept will actually get the kill on that Reaper, so a nice little pick off right there. I was just going to be seeing that Stargate about halfway done from Classic here. Still on 1 base, so at the very least here, Kelazhur kind of forcing 1 base apiece. Actually floated his barracks over to kind of block the expansion for a little while as well, which is obviously a nice little something. You've seen the Deeper coming up in the back, and again, Kelazhur just setting up here with an SCV on the way out, and yeah, an Oracle on the way as well from Classic. I mean, pretty much everything going as we expected to. Starport build at home, so it becomes a fairly standard game in comparison to what we might have expected originally. It's just that first barracks out on the map means there's not going to be many Marines produced at home initially. Now we see a Widow Mine on the way up as the Cyclone, just going to sit on the front of the Natural. I think we should have like $100 Arch of Janus only cup. What do you guys think? $100 Arch of Janus every map? I actually think that might be amazing. It might actually be amazing. It'd be fun. It'd be fun at the very least, I think. Like I say, like, obviously the map doesn't really make a lot of... The idea of the map is very good. I actually kind of like the idea. It's just a bit too crazy, perhaps. But if you do get past the first 5 minutes of crazy aggression, and you mine out that main base, you do suddenly get access to bases, which suddenly make the game a lot more kind of normal, a lot more standard. And if you actually get out to the standard side of the map, you actually get into this position where your opponent can't really attack you without coming through your previous bases, and they can't drop around either. So it becomes a very interesting scenario, I think, later game. I really like the idea of how it could play out later game, if you ever get there. And yes, that's the issue. Do you ever get there? Phoenix here poking away at this barracks in the sky, and you can see the Raxus continue to be tickled away at you. Maybe taking some damage as we do see just this medevac coming down the left and looking to see where it can go, looking to drop in towards the natural expansion in the next few moments. So, Widow Mine will drop on in, will begin to burrow. I'm just going to be seeing the connection going down on 5 workers. Classic just not paying attention there momentarily. Now, we saw this from him earlier today when he played the Phoenix. He played a lot of kind of gateway-based units moving across the map with them and attacking to try and slow TY from counter-attacking, etc. So let's see what he wants to try and do here. Another Widow Mine from Kelazhur just runs right into this army, which is a bit unfortunate for him, but at least he knows the army is there now. I guess Kelazhur's problem is that he just doesn't have that many units, right? And as we move on up, that's just going to be seeing the couple of adepts, the Zealot and Stalkers now in the natural expansion. This is actually kind of bad. There's actually enough Phoenix to lift up every ground unit on the map right now for the Terran player. That doesn't generally bode too well for you, does it? GG's. Kelazhur taps out of game 2, and it's actually going pretty well. I'm just having a bit of, one of those days where in my mind everything is going wrong, and I'm like, please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Don't stop going wrong things in my life right now, even though it's not really actually all that bad. I'm just getting tilted for no reason, I suppose. Anyways, I'm going to stop complaining, because we do have God's Garden. It says Dog's Garden on the map name above the map, but it is God's Garden. Basically, when we first uploaded this, it was called God's Garden, and then they changed something, and when it was re-uploaded, it was wouldn't allow us to name it God, so it was Dog's Garden. And here's bottom left-hand side, root game is Kelazhur, and here on God's Garden, it's another map by, I believe, Ezael. Let me just go double-check that. Sorry, again, I don't have my laptop up here today because it sort of blew up. This is a map which is coming in from the Rush category, I believe, so... yeah, by Ezael. So, yeah, another Rush category map here. And just to see how this one plays out in the early stages. It looks as though Classic's the one that's going to open with this sort of fast aggression. Thank you very much, by the way, Green MC, for the cheer 100. Says here, what do you take my first ever cheer? Well, thank you so much for your first ever cheer. Give us some love in the chat. Do you appreciate? Proxy coming up then from Classic. Just as this proxy comes up, let me talk a bit about this map then in general. So it's basically built on 5 lanes. 1 lane, 2 lanes, 3 lanes, 4 lanes, 5 lanes. Down the right, middle, center left, and left. A couple of watchtowers to help you control the pathways, and as the game goes on, there's more options in how you go up and down and how you change your position moving through the lanes. Yesterday we saw a pretty fast game on this map. So it'd be kind of cool to see a bit of a longer one, but right now it doesn't look as though that's necessarily happening, as we do see that Stargate starting to build on up here for Kelazhur. Who played today on the Unviolet Square? It was game number... it was between TY and Kelazhur, right? Yeah, it was Kelazhur TY as the last... I was going to say it's TY... I was going to say Classic Kelazhur because it feels like it wasn't very long ago, but these games have just turned out to be fairly quick so far, so... Anyway, setting up in towards this, we're going to see this probe of Classic just moving around as well, looking to see what else is up. And he's just going to pylon rush along with the Oracle on the way out, right next to the main base of Kelazhur. And, well, we'll see if he's going to be able to defend this. He is going to be able to finish his CC. He will not lose that SCV beforehand. Wouldn't mind on the way up in Marines. May not be the best way to deal with the pylon rush compared to a Cyclone, but it is a better way to help deal with the Oracle. But not if the Widow Mine uses itself on the Adept. That'd actually be a very bad thing. He needs that Widow Mine in the mineral line at the moment. He actually has an SCV over here. I imagine he'll proxy Starport as a counter to this. And maybe go for something like a Cloak Banshee. Could just go Liberator. Anyways, you see the Widow Mine is actually behind the CC at the moment. And so these SCVs are going to have to do something about that. This Oracle is starting to do quite a bit of damage. And it's not going to be baited in towards those Marines either. And Kelazhur falling apart a little bit here. Now pulls his SCVs away. Cyclone on the way up. Remember, he does have a second CC to rebuild from, as Classic is only just throwing down his Nexus. Obviously, Kelazhur has to survive up until that point. The Adept is going to shade by in towards the mineral line as well, which is going to be picking off another couple of workers here. Reaper taking a shot or two as well. Bit of back and forth as we see the Cyclone coming forwards here. I mean, okay, the Oracle will go down. Sorry, the Adept will go down, but the Oracle's going to stick around for so long. The Cyclone anti-air is just not fast enough or good enough to properly push this away. Mothership core still overhead as well. 16 workers killed. I think Kelazhur starting now to really have taken a bit too much damage to even imagine starting to recover from. It's not going his way at all at the moment. This Widow Mine going to try and relocate just slightly behind the mineral line. And again, this Oracle's another one just going to pop out here. See what else can be done. Still some damage being dealt. As going to be seen that barracks being pushed away to the side. And again, just a couple of gateways. Continue to come up here for classic. Oracle's coming forwards, and again, SCVs are going to take some damage too. So SCVs continue to be dropped. Another mule going down. The Cyclone goes down as well. I'm just going to be seeing the lock on onto the Oracle or so. Going to try and do a little bit more. Not going to be enough. Triple Oracle right now, and Kelazhur. He has a Widow Mine going off here. He's got another Marine popping. Oracles are running out of energy, but again, his worker count is so low. He built this Starport, but he just doesn't ever get anything out of it to really be able to do much to help himself out. GG, well played. Didn't really get to see much of the map again. Some fast games today right now. A lot of you guys commented on the fact there's another fruit map, which it is. Some strawberries, grapes, and blueberries. Watermelons. Yeah, it's quite a pretty map here, the God's Garden. I like it. I really hope we get to see a longer game on this at some point, because I really feel as though it'd be a really cool map to see a longer game on. We just haven't really seen it yet. Some aggressive games today. Classic going to take this one 2-1, guys.